like a horse and carriage.
This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. That means you can't have Kelly Bundy without Christina Applegate.
I'll do my best to follow in your hoof prints.
Married with Children made Christina a household name alongside her co-stars. But did she and her TV brother, David Faustino, even get along? Did Christina ever end up married with children herself? Or did her health battles ruin everything?
Bud, I cannot beat that.
Yes, you can. You can do anything.
I'm your host, Nostalgic Nick, here with these answers and much more. Along the way, we'll learn the all-too-personal reason Christina went on to become an active healthcare advocate. If you enjoyed today's deep dive, please give it a thumbs up, it really helps. And subscribe to our channel so Grandmaster B can dish out more facts for you. But without further ado, let's catch up with Christina Applegate. How old was Christina Applegate during Married with Children? Saying Christina got an early start is an understatement. You can spot her in the soap opera Days of Our Lives at just 3 months old, cradled in the arms of her real mother and fellow actor Nancy Pretty. Then came Kmart commercials and some TV and film credits, before landing the show that made her a household name, taking over the role from Tina Caspary from the pilot. At first, Christina, along with her TV parents Katie Seagal and Ed O'Neill, didn't think the show would go anywhere. But they read the script and thought it was funny enough to give it a try. Good choice. At 15 years old, Christina proved herself the perfect actress to play everyone's favorite ditzy daughter. In fact, O'Neill said it took a good actor to nail that kind of character, and that she only needed 1 or 2 takes before she mastered her part from any scene.
It's 100% pure, like me.
It's a testament to her skill that everyone says she's pretty unlike Kelly. The only thing they share is a birthday and blonde hair. And even then, Christina had to wear a wig in the final season because her hair was red for another project. At that point, she was such a big deal she had to juggle multiple jobs. For her Kelly Bundy, Christina based the character on a girl in the 1988 documentary, The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years.
I'm going to continue on my modeling and hopefully get on with my actress scene.
Are Christina Applegate and David Faustino friends? Of course, when you have actors working in close proximity for years, sparks can fly and rumors can swirl. But as far as either of them have indicated, Christina and David Faustino have never entered a relationship, even if David had more fun with the rumors while he could. When asked, he said, quote, "I don't kiss and tell, and keep that one a mystery." But later on, he said it was all just about bragging. That doesn't mean there was nothing between them. The two were actually good friends. In fact, the two were all smiles, arm in arm at the 2015 premiere of the movie Vacation, which was a reboot of National Lampoon. That was Christina's big project, but Grandmaster B had to support his big sis on her big day.
How are we going to pay the mortgage? Our lives are going to be exactly the same.
The reunion left a lot of Married with Children fans warm in the chest, especially after the show's sudden cancellation that left everyone, cast included, pretty shocked. We also know that the two have kept in touch over the years. David is in the loop with Christina's personal life and the health battles she's been fighting. It's good the sibling antagonism gave way to love between these two. It's also nice to hear Christina, David, Ed, and Katie try to get together when they can. And when they can't, they just catch each other up on the latest with their lives. Who did Christina Applegate date? Christina doesn't have a lot in common with Kelly Bundy, but they did both have active dating lives. Fortunately, Ed O'Neill wasn't there to deliver any concussions, especially since one of her earliest and most famous flings was with none other than Brad Pitt. Yep, it was 1989 when both were still getting a foothold in the industry. Christina went with Brad to the MTV Video Music Awards, but halfway through their big date, she jumped ship and hung out with another guy. In a later interview, she called it one of the dumbest things she's ever done. By the time the 2000s rolled along, Christina had tied the knot with Jonathan Scheck, who you might remember casting a charm over all of us with 1988's Houdini, where he did all the magic tricks himself. Christina can relate, since she says her heart skipped a beat the second they shook hands. But in 2007, the two split up. Then for a while, she dated a skateboarder and photographer named Lee Grievous. But if that would have ended in I do, we'll never know, because Grievous died of a drug overdose at just 26 years old. Christina called her grief from the loss profound. Jump to 2009 and she began dating musician Martijn Lenoble, and they carried on like this for a few years before marrying a day before Valentine's Day in 2013. But things stayed amicable enough with Scheck, and he has publicly stated his support and happiness for her and what he calls a wonderful family she has made. Did Christina Applegate have any children? It seems like Martijn Lenoble is the one for Christina. Together, they welcomed their first and only child, Sadie Grace, in 2011. Her middle name might be Grace, but Christina calls Sadie a miracle who made her life so much happier, especially when she held Sadie for the first time. Christina calls it like a puzzle piece fitting into place. Christina has had a pretty impressive filmography, with acclaimed appearances in Friends.
Oh, sweetie, you can't pull this off.
To Samantha Who, Up All Night, and of course the newest, Dead to Me, many of which got her award nominations. But she's carved time aside just for family life, all to make sure she doesn't miss a single big milestone from Sadie. She says finding a balance comes with a learning curve. That means some things get the short end of the stick.
Do you ever lie to your daughter? I'm curious,
Every day.
But Christina's vowed to never let Sadie feel less important than anything else. Because, after all, Christina calls Sadie, quote, my purpose. Has Christina Applegate had surgery? Christina is so glad to have a supportive family, especially in light of some very scary health concerns over the years. Back in 2008, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She jumped right into the advised treatment plan. Cancer was only found in one breast, but Christina went ahead and got a double mastectomy and was declared cancer-free. Sadly, she wasn't out of the woods yet. Her mother was also a breast cancer survivor, already hinting it's in the family. And sure enough, Christina learned she has what's called the BRCA1 gene, which means a really high chance of breast and ovarian cancer. Her double mastectomy prevented one hurdle, but in 2008, she lost a cousin to ovarian cancer. So, Christina had her ovaries and fallopian tubes removed. She called the move a relief and a way of taking control. But every day spent loving her daughter Sadie is also spent worrying about her potential future with BRCA. Still, Christina's found ways to help on a big scale. She created the Right Action for Women Foundation to help women get the one single test available to check for the mutation, a rare and expensive endeavor. She joins the ranks of Suzanne Summers and Sheryl Crow, educating women about breast cancer. And it's great that such a champion has a loving family who she gives all the credit for helping her get through her health scares. In fact, she says she couldn't have gotten through it without Lenoble, especially since Christina admits she's reminded of the ordeal even years later. What disease is Christina Applegate suffering from? In the summer of 2021, Christina Applegate made a somber announcement. She revealed she'd been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, or MS.
I try to be really present. And grateful. Present and grateful.
As time went on, life as she knew it changed. Walking canes are the new normal for her, and she stopped going to big events until very recently. Since her announcement, there has been an outpouring of support, including from her Sweetest Thing co-star Selma Blair, who was also diagnosed in 2017. And right there at her side has been David Faustino, who talks with Christina every day. He even attended the Race to Erase MS Gala and gave fans an update on Christina's condition. He said, being in her first year of it, things have been very challenging, but she's pushing through. Sometimes pushing through meant stopping completely, like the 5-month filming pause for her Netflix series Dead to Me. She spent that time undergoing treatment and grappling with this new reality. She says she'll never accept it fully, just get angry and invigorated. It got to the point where a sound technician laid on the floor out of sight and held her legs because Christina couldn't stand. When executives were ready to just stop the dark comedy that gave her an Emmy nomination, Christina put her foot down, believing it was her duty to keep going. As for her career after this, Christina always said she never planned on outright quitting, even when she was focused on family time. But right now, she plans on taking care of herself, and we all hope she gets the support she needs. Well, Mr. Bundy's here to toss me out the door. Looks like our time's up. Before we say goodbye though, who was your favorite member of the Bundy household? What's your favorite episode from Married with Children? And what else from Christina's career have you enjoyed? If you haven't seen Dead to Me, definitely check it out, it's great. So get in those comments and tell me all things Christina Applegate. And if you enjoyed our deep dive, please give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to our channel so you never miss a memory. But from all of us here at Do You Remember, we want to thank you for watching.